beautiful creatives.
Don
and I coming to you from the tiny house in my soon-to-be future tiny studio space, which I'm going to flip the camera around and show you in a minute.
And I got a toothache and I got to go extract it.
He's turning into a ham bone, you guys, with my YouTube. All you guys mention him in the comments and he gets such a kick out of it. He's turning into quite a ham bone. Okay, let me flip the camera around and show you what will be my future tiny studio in the tiny house. And remember, when I show you this, the whole tiny house is about the size of the studio that I have now. So fitting things in is going to be a super challenge. But I decided to come down here because I thought it would help cheer me up a little bit and just to get a feel for what the space is going to feel like when I'm here. Okay, let me give you a tour. I thought it might help cheer me up just to sort of initiate the space and get a feel for how much workspace I'm going to have. It'll, you know, the table that will be here will be the table that I have in my studio now. So it'll be a little prettier than that table. And Don is working on, this is an old deck that he built for a pool that we had a few years ago. He's going to put this up as a little deck that we can walk out onto from the tiny house until we eventually want to have a screened-in porch there. And this is the view out the front door. It'd be pretty little spot to sit. This is actually going to be western light, which is not ideal for a studio, but I'm going to get those sort of transparent, translucent, you know, white blinds that I can pull down to diffuse the light. And then you can't see from in here, but this wall over here will be a big bay window, so that will let in more light. I'm going to sit down and play for a little bit before it gets too cold and just have some fun in my future art space. If he gets the little deck put up before I leave, I'll show you that too. I don't have a hair dryer with me, so I'm trying to dry this first layer in front of this heater. This paper already had a bunch of red dots on it from splatters that I put on the poinsettia painting. So I'm going to try to utilize those spots by putting some berries on the painting with the little bird. Gonna have to bring a light over here if I plan on painting throughout the winter over here. I don't have any black with me for my little chickadee's cap, so I'm going to have to mix some with ultramarine blue and burnt umber. Should be able to get a nice dark that way.
We have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains.
Yay, he did it. You did it, Bubba. Good work. Good work. They're applauding you. Can you hear them? The YouTubers? Yay, Don! Good job! Good job! Now you got to push it up to the door so I can get out. Okay, back to work. I feel like he's not quite puffy enough. For a chickadee in winter. I don't have any of my filming equipment over here, so I'm trying to do this all handheld, so it's probably going to be the worst quality ever. Oh, something just hit the cabin. But, you know, you guys know what it's been like around here, so I think you'll be very forgiving of a crappy video. At least it's a video, right? My drying system. Got it right up against the heater.
Mary Joseph, lend your aid, while our hearts in love we raise. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Excelsis Deo.
Getting cold and my hands are starting to shake. Okay, so he finally stopped running the tractor, so I can take a minute to show you where I am at this point with my little chickadee. I still got to put the red berries on, but how cute is that? Hi, Bubba.
Hi.
You got your deck up.
Out on the deck.
First step's a doozy, though.
Huh?
First step's a doozy.
Oof.
Got to push it closer to the house. I don't know if you can... Yeah, there. First step's a doozy. Taking a break. Get back to work, man. We're being silly today. All right, almost done with my chickadee. I'm darkening some of the areas next to the little bit of snow on the branches to make a little contrast there. And my hands are getting really cold. So I'm going to want to be finishing this up. My dryer system is working very well, using the heater to dry it in between layers. As long as I'm patient. The sun's getting lower in the sky, putting more light on my table. We do have some lights in here, but they don't shine. Here, let me get up and show you. I hope I don't set my sketchbook on fire. We have a string of lights, construction lights up on the top, but they really don't shine much light into the place. It's so small, it's really hard to video it to give you an idea of the size. If I get way in the back corner of the bedroom, you can kind of get a feel for what that space is like out there. So that that's the bedroom closet, and then underneath the stairs and beyond that, that corner is the little kitchen area. That's the bathroom. That's the living room, literally like right there, and then the little studio area. Making the best of it. Just putting one foot in front of the other and making the best of the blessings that we have, the options that we have. Kind of coming out cute. All right, let me put some berries in, and then I think I'm gonna pack up and call it quits for today. Getting kind of cold. Okay, so there's where it's at now. See if I can get some window light on it. There's more I'd like to do, like darken these little areas to contrast the snow some more, but it's getting cold in here, so I'm gonna leave it at that. And that is my first painting in the tiny house studio in the middle of winter. Even though it's a mild winter, it got cold. It'll be really nice when we get some sheathing on the walls and some insulation so that the Tyvek doesn't rattle so much, because that makes a lot of noise while you're in here and it's kind of annoying. And I may cut out the noise that Don was making on the tractor and just play music over it, but I thought it was kind of fun to give you the real experience of what it's like being in such an unfinished space and, you know, doing some creating. It's almost plein air painting because it's so cold in here. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction to what is going to be my future tiny studio in my tiny house, in our tiny house. It's hard to believe that just a few months ago, we thought we would be living in an RV while we remediated our house, and that when we put the piers in and the deck in for this building, we thought that it was going to be a storage shed. And we realized we were not going to be able to live in the RV because of our mold illness and our sensitivities. And the RV that was being loaned to us was filled with mold. So here we are now. We're working with the town to get the permits in place to switch this from being permitted for a shed into a dwelling. And it's just amazing the turns of events that have taken place. But we have switched our mindset to counting our blessings. I think we're over the initial shock a little bit, and we're realizing that, you know, we do have blessings that and gifts that we are able to use to help us get through this difficult situation. And we thank you guys so much for your support. So this is my project for today. And I hope you enjoyed watching me do it and watching Dawn kind of play around on the tractor to get that front deck and stairs up. That was kind of fun. So as I approach my 60th birthday on the 12th, which is just a couple of days away, I have been reflecting a lot on what Dawn and I have been through. And I just really appreciate how you guys have sort of walked this road with us. You know, we were absolutely devastated when we first found out about the hidden mold problem in the house, and had a lot of inspectors come through and a lot of remediators come through, and we learned, you know, what we need to do. And some things were worse than we thought, and a lot of things weren't as bad as we thought. So we were able to count our blessings there. And, you know, we were devastated in the beginning, and you guys were so supportive of us. When I posted videos where I broke down and cried, there was so much uncertainty. And I can't thank you enough for your support and loving comments and being there for us. And, you know, we're finding our way. When we first put the footings in for this building and built the platform, it was going to be a storage building, and we were going to be living in an RV. And that ended up not working out because we mold tested the RV, and that ended up being full of mold. It was an RV that somebody was going to lend us. So one thing progressed into another, and we're working with the town now to switch the permitting on this from a storage building, which originally was the plan. We were going to store the belongings from our house in this building while we remediated our house. And now we think, because we've struggled so much with our health and the mold illness, that we are just going to leave our house. And you know, after it's remediated, we probably won't be moving back in. We probably will be moving into this tiny house. And we're just leaving things open. You know, we don't know what the future is going to bring for us. But Dawn and I are both very grateful for your support and your love and being there for us. Yeah, it's meant a lot to us. It really has. So getting nostalgic as I'm about to enter into my 60s, and just feeling the love of all the people who have been there for us, and trying to soften my heart towards the people who weren't able to be loving towards us, and who tried to get our permit revoked, and, you know, the hateful things that were done. It took a long time for us to be able to soften our hearts towards them and not let them turn us into the type of people that they are. So
here goes the temporary stairs, the temporary deck.
I don't know if you can hear him. I'm trying to give this really sentimental closing to this video for you guys, and he's going, "Hey, look, show him." He's taking the temporary stairs out. This guy is a bunch of laughs. Okay. He wants you guys to know that he's taking the temporary stairs out, and the pool deck is going up against the door.
The temporary deck.
The temporary deck, yeah, because eventually we're going to put a screened-in porch out here. So, and then that little, I don't know if you can see that little jug out there. Right there is going to be a bay window, I guess. I always get them confused. And he's going to build that. He purchased some windows to build that with. But this little entry deck will be nice for now. I do have concerns about us fitting into a space that is the size, fitting our whole house into a space that is just the size that my studio is now in the other house. But, you know, I never dreamed that things would work out the way they did. So I've learned, learned a massive lesson in faith and having faith throughout this. So I'm just trying to trust more, trust that things will find their way and things will work out, and that there are good people out there, and that the good people do tend to prevail over the ones that aren't kind and aren't able to be there for you. So we are so grateful, and thank you for continuing to be with us on this journey. And I'm hoping I can kick back into making more art videos for you guys again. And pretty soon there'll be a little deck with stairs to get into the tiny house. And then this spring, hopefully we'll get it insulated, and I don't know, we're not sure how long it's going to take. It may take another year to get built. I don't know. But
One step at a time.
one step at a time, he says. Yep, one step at a time. One step at a time, sweet Jesus.
There you go.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you in the next video. Bubba, say bye-bye to YouTube land.
Bye-bye, YouTube land.
Talk to you guys later.
Of angels, come let us adore him. Come let us adore him. Come let us adore him. Cry